Hello, welcome in to the second half of the Infinity Sports Network College Bowl Show. I'm your host, Noah Taborda, alongside Jake Liker in Los Angeles, California, the site of, well, not really the site, but close to Pasadena. We'll call it the site of the Rose Bowl because it sounds better that way. And we're here to bring you all of the second half bowl predictions, including the Birmingham Bowl and the GoDaddy.com Bowl. Woo! I know everybody's excited for that. Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Who cares about the college football playoff when you've got those three? I mean, the New Year's Day, New Year's Eve games, they don't matter. I'm excited for Pitt against Houston. Some smash mouth football.
No, man. Toledo and Arkansas State is where it is at. The Rockets Red Glare versus the Red Wolves. I'm pumped. I am pumped.
You know, I can't deny it. That's a very exciting game. I have a lot of confidence in that game. No.
How much confidence we'll find out. We're going to be releasing all of our picks. And I'm Jake Liker. I am not a bowler, but I am a professional bowler for college bowling purposes because I currently lead the Infinity Sports Network group. I'm in first place. I do not have as many possible points remaining as Noah over here, but we will see how it goes. I do lead by 13 points. As an expert, I just want to say that from picks 1 through 8, one of them have not been played yet. I got my 5-point thing wrong, and the rest I got right. My most proud pick so far has been Va-Tech. Not La Tech, but Va-Tech. Virginia Tech over the Cincinnati Bearcats. Noah, what's been your best pick at this point?
Oh, that's tough to say. By the way, Jake leads me by 13 points. I have just about 35 possible points remaining more than him. So, we'll see how this goes. Let's be honest. I mean, I picked Texas A&M before they even lost, before West Virginia lost Clint Trickett. Everybody else decided to pick West Virginia. I stuck with Texas A&M. They picked up a win. I've been impressed with that. I think my favorite one was probably picking... it's either Utah State at the 31 conference or Air Force at 27, putting them that high. But you know what? I'm going to go with picking Bowling Green over South Alabama. One of the hardest games to pick because nobody knows anything about these two teams. And I feel like everybody got that one right. Everybody got that one right. But if you pick that right, you should just be proud of yourself because you picked the hardest game to pick.
How many points did you put on that one?
1.
Really? I put Bowling Green 6 on that.
I know. Actually, I've got a game that's a 2 confidence. We'll get into that in a second. But we do have to get down to business. Just for an update on how some of the other Infinity Sports members are doing. Currently, Carl is in third with 204 points. He is trailing Jake by 17. He has less possible points remaining than both me and Jake. We've got Blake, 176, about 40 points off, 35 points off. But he does have 499 possible points remaining, which puts him in a pretty good situation. Then we've got Chris Gleason at 136 with 552 points remaining. Snowball, he's doing pretty good in possible points remaining, 570. So does CB, except for Snowball's got 134. CB's got 121. Then we've got Nick Bugatis with 531 possible points remaining and 113. Nick Blondell with 104 total points and 563 remaining. And then we've got Miles at the back of the group, 570 possible points remaining, 69 total points. That's all we've got. That's everybody who's in it. But let's get down to business because we've got a lot of games, and this is crunch time now. And here's where we get the really great games. I think today was the first start. You know, we got some higher quality teams, except really the games didn't end up like it at all. Clemson absolutely destroyed Oklahoma. Samaje Perine or not. Samaj? Is it Samaje?
Samaje, Menage, Trois. Samaje Trois.
Samaje Trois. All right.
3 touchdowns, we're calling it Samaje Trois.
It sounds French, and we're going to a team that's from the Bayou. They are in Louisiana, the home of lots of French people. It's Louisiana State University against Notre Dame of South Bend, Indiana. They're like the opposite areas in the world. Like, you can't get too polar opposite.
versus Catholics.
Yeah. And it's 23 LSU. They went 8-4 on the year in the SEC. We've got Notre Dame, who after a great start, tumbled down, including a loss to Northwestern. Oh, how will the mighty fall? Jake, who you got in this one, and what's your confidence?
My confidence points for this one. Let's see. I have 23 on Arkansas. Okay, that is not the Louisiana State Northern Dame. Northern Dame, as well as Notre Dame, both of those teams will lose to Louisiana State, and I'm pretty confident in that. 36 points on LSU, simply because momentum is a cruel temptress that you do not want to, tempt. And at that point, LSU has just looked such a far and wide better team than the Irish. So the Irish are going to need some luck if they want to win. 36 points on LSU.
I got a little more. I'm going 38 on LSU. Look, they're the third best defense in the country in terms of points against, 16.4 points per game allowed. They're also the 29th best rushing attack, just under 220 yards a game. Of course, led by Kenny Hilliard, and also Kenny Hilliard, and of course, the great one, Leonard Fournette, the number one recruit, one of my favorite players in college football. Look, had he been starting the whole year, that 891 yards would have turned into at least over 1,000, already 8 touchdowns. We could see in a couple of years this guy putting up numbers similar to Melvin Gordon. He's going to head to the NFL and be great there too. Exciting things from this young man. This LSU team has too much for a Notre Dame team that really over the past few weeks has been disastrous. They started off hot, got to the 5th best team in the country, lost to Florida State. It all went downhill from there. Lost by 35 against USC in their final week. 3 to Louisville. They lost in overtime to Northwestern. In fact, over their past 6 games, after starting off the year 6-0, they went 1-5. Tough year for Notre Dame. LSU picks up the win easy. Okay, over to the Belk Bowl. It'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina. We've got number 13 Georgia against number 21 Louisville, I believe. Yes, that is our first game between 2 ranked teams. This is where it gets good. Jake, is it as good as we hope? Who wins? How confident are you?
Well, first of all, this bowl is as good as we hope. Simply because of the Bo Pelini interaction. I don't know if you heard about this. Bo Pelini tweeting at the Belk Bowl officials, quote, "Hey, can I have some Belk?" Yes, how much Belk would you like? I don't know, about 7, I guess. A very fun time with Bo Pelini. Hopefully he has fun over at Youngstown State. But that's not what this is about. This is about Louisville and Georgia. The 13th ranked Bulldogs, I do have them winning this, and I have it in a rather confident fashion as well. 28 points. The boys from UGA, which does not stand for University of Georgia, and GA means Georgia, but it's actually University of Georgia at Athens. The Athenians, they were always very strong. They're athletic. They kind of started the Olympics. I'll stick with New Athens as well and get Georgia. But of course, we have to bring back to you. Hub, Gurley. I like the team. I like it completely.
Yeah, look, Georgia's got a great football team. It's a good team for a team that lost Todd Gurley. They did actually relatively well. They finished with the 8th best offense, the 13th best rushing attack, 23rd best defense. You lose Gurley and you'd expect the team to drop off a lot. Unfortunately, they did play in the SEC, and they did take a couple of unfortunate losses. The loss to Florida really hurt them. The loss against South Carolina was a close game, and then the loss to Georgia Tech in overtime. But I like this team. I like Louisville as well. Just something about Louisville. I'm not quite as confident in them. They got a great defense, but when it comes to offense, they don't quite get it done. And I think that's a really big hole when you go up against a team that has good offense, good defense. They're good on both sides of the ball. So I'm going to go with Georgia, and we think alike, Jake, in the same vicinity. I'm going with with Georgia at 29. So only one difference. That's pretty impressive.
It did just also because this was one of those cases. The Belk Bowl, it's not exactly the most prestigious bowl for me to become here. The reason it's not two ranked teams, well, especially Georgia, how 13th ranked Bulldogs fell down here, was because over in Jacksonville, Player Bowl, they wanted Tennessee because they thought they'd make better traffic. Apparently. So the Jacksonville in Tennessee, or Jacksonville, or Tennessee, had them facing Iowa. The Hawkeyes didn't have to go up against the Bulldogs, and we get a special bowl treat with Belk. Georgia, Utah.
Alrighty then. Moving on to the next bowl. You know what? This one isn't quite as good. After two decent games, we get Maryland against Stanford, and for a lot of people, this is a walk-in-the-park pick as well. Stanford, I'll go first here. Stanford, you know what? They had a tough year. But Maryland had a tougher year. And they just haven't played as well. Despite the year Stanford had, they still have Kevin Hogan. And I still think they're just a more complete football team. They still have a much better defense. And for that reason, they're my 37 confidence. Now I got my 37 and 38 out of the way in this show alone. I will also have 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36.
In this show?
In this show.
Oh, yeah, we're doing all of them.
Well, all the rest of them, yeah.
Yeah. If I'm looking at it, according to ESPN, 90.39% of people pick Stanford, 9.61%. Like Maryland. This is in the Foster Farms Bowl, not the Emerald Bowl, Foster Farms. And with that, Stanford to have a huge home field advantage. As a very bitter UCLA fan, I know Stanford is a very good team. They're going to, at least defensively, Maryland a very hard time. 34 points for Utah.
Yeah, look, all credit to Maryland. First year in the Big Ten, not too bad. But you're going up against a Pac-12 team now. It's another big boy team, a team that has had success over the years in their football program. Stanford just looks like the better team. Well, that's all for tomorrow, and now we move on to the big boys. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, we've got a terrific slate of games, starting with number 9, Ole Miss, and number 6, TCU, the chance to see how good TCU really is. If TCU wins this game, it's going to raise a lot of questions for the College Football Playoff Committee. You know what? I think they'll be better off if Ole Miss wins. But, Jake, will it come true? Will Ole Miss, led by Bo Wallace, the guy who I thought was black, but turned out to be white.
You know a guy named Bo Wallace black?
Bo Wallace, I thought of and this sounds horrible, but a black guy with an afro.
Oh, dude, you're thinking of Rasheed Wallace. Come on now.
Okay. Bo. That's true. Bo Wallace.
Bo Wallace.
Okay. And then TCU, of course, led by Boykin. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Can he lead the TCU Horned Frogs to a victory in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl?
First of all, I just want to point out that combination of Chick-fil-A and peaches is the nastiest thing I've ever heard. But TCU and Ole Miss is delicious. 6 versus number 9. I'm pumped, and TCU is going to be pumped. You want to talk about on shoulders? TCU feels that they're going to be in that top four. They're going to and they're going to try and buck all over Ole Miss. Is it going to be a blowout? No. I feel pretty good that TCU good enough. In fact, I put in 31 points on the Horned Frogs. Then, to express my confidence, I will put my